There was a friend of mine shared this yesterday on Facebook. There's a great article in the New York Times with Taylor Tomlinson, who's a comedian. She's about to have a late night show. And they were showing the anatomy of a joke and how she had worked on her closing joke, and how she kept tweaking and adjusting it. And it was so fascinating for someone who develops jokes I understood what she was doing. And she's like, okay, I can make it funnier if I do this. If I do that, I can do that. In one version, she used a curse word, but then she took it out because she knew that, there are going to be times she needs to use that joke where she can't use a curse word. And so it's actually really fascinating. And the art of forming a joke is just so incredible, and it's so satisfying when you can have an idea in your head and then you can go and write something up and then perform it and then have people laugh. I tell you something else that I'm really enjoying right now, and I don't even know how to properly put this into words, but I am enjoying connecting with people. I am enjoying when I am at shows, and now I have a thing I do at my shows where I do a Q&A afterwards. So I'll ask them to turn the house lights up, and I'll just say, listen, a lot of times people don't get the opportunity to kind of have one-on-ones with comedians. So if you have any questions, I'll answer them. It has been so fantastic, Jane, getting to know people in this way. And a woman emailed me a couple of days ago and said, hey, I really enjoyed that you did that. It gave us some additional insight. I am loving that so much. So I get the biggest kick after the show, talking to people, both from the stage and in person. And it's just been great. And again, I credit that with Jeannie, just watching how she interacted and engaged with her audience. And I think that's very important because, I always say this, when people walk into a venue, you never know what they're coming in with. Life is heavy. If we sat here now, this could be a different interview. If we sat here and said what you're going through, what I'm going through, but we all have something. So when people walk in that door and they've spent their hard-earned money to be with me for 90 minutes, I want them to walk out with such a great experience. I want them to feel appreciated and loved on. I'm a big hugger. And so I'm like, if you want to hug me, hug me. And I get the hugs, I get like, even last night after the show, it was so great because after the show, people would just walk up to me and just arms open. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. And so I love that. I love this feeling of connection and community because I just feel like we're all going through some stuff and you don't know a kind word you say to someone, a joke you can tell someone, a hug you can give could just help someone in a way that you can't even imagine what it's doing for them.
And people are hungry for humor.
Yeah,
I told you this, but I was in New York about a month ago and I went to see the Broadway musical Shut. And it's from a couple of Nashville guys, a woman and a guy wrote it. It was corny dad jokes, but it was funny. Oh my gosh. And so many people were there even 2 and 3 times because the humor was so fast and like double entendres. Like my daddy said that paper airplane over there, if it don't fly, it's just stationary.
Oh my God.
It was hilarious. But I was sat with a woman who loved the comedy so much. I even wrote about it in a blog that I got on Broadway. It was the surprise of the season. But I'm saying all that because you can see that people are hungry for some kind of mental vacation from whatever. And maybe you'll help them have a solution by the time they leave. They lighten up. They have the endorphins are running through their brain. And it does something and it clicks in a different direction. Who knows what? Humor is healing. The Bible, the good book, the Holy Scrolls said, "Merry heart doeth good like a medicine."
Yes.
But a crushed spirit will dry your bones.
I'm sorry. But
that's very true.
Yeah,